Hello? Yes. Hi. Can you hear me? Okay. Are you logged in? I've joined. Can Okay.
Yes.
I'm not sure can you hear me on the system?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, all
Okay, all
right.
right.
Okay,
Okay,
bye.
bye. Thank you.
Ce faci, Ionuț?
Ei, mă bucur!
Nu dai un pic din cap, așa?
Așa, pe cum altfel?
Ce
Ce
faci? Cum
faci?
ești? Uite
Sunt bine.
la
Welcome
birou.
all.
Cum de
Hello.
știu de eveniment?
Au trimis mail la noi la Consiliu și eu, dacă sunt secretar general, m-a delegat, am vorbit cu Florin și să intru eu, să prezint un pic Consiliu, să spunem câteva lucruri generale și cam atât. Nu complet.
Super. Bravo.
Mă bucur că ai făcut treaba asta. Super.
Da. Încercăm. Da.
Da. Cum ești?
Hi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Or good day. In Romania, it's in the middle of the day.
Yes, we are in the evening time now, but nevertheless, we are in a world market, world map, so no problem. So because of the pandemic, everybody has learned something.
Yes.
So how is the Romania? Good.
More or less.
Business activity is going good.
Yeah. Let's say during the pandemic time, it's good, but we don't know what will be in the next year.
Actually, I think things are better now than 2-3 weeks back in terms of pandemic.
Yeah, there are more people who are vaccinated, and I hope we'll be better in the next 2 or 3 weeks. We'll have government, we'll have a stable government, and we can work, we can prepare the program. And
so the current government is an interim government?
Yeah, it's
it's an interim.
In the middle, let's say.
But your current prime minister is an economist. He can do some transformation.
It was the Minister of Finance.
Yes, I remember I met him sometime, when he was working with the New Bank of New Zealand Bank.
Yeah. When he worked in the private sector.
Yeah, he is our prime minister for the last 1.5 years, I think.
Yes, I think
1 year. 1 year.
In February.
It's 1 year now.
Mr. Sao, can you introduce me?
Yes, I'm the vice president of a small business association. We are acting on the northwest part of Romania, and my colleagues have some experiences with working with Indian companies, and I have received the task to be present here and to represent our association and to talk to you a bit about our experiences with Indian companies and Indian environment. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. So we are waiting for ambassador to join. In 3-4 minutes he will join. So meanwhile we can have a discussion. So according to both of your knowledge, how we can build a good bridge, because we have formulated India-Romania Business Council, and when I shared this information amongst more than at least 45,000 companies in India, we got a good response from them. So we want to do some more activities to connect with you more on a different point of view, not only for the export, but in the import, export, investment also. So, Sterika, can you just highlight what is your thoughts on this?
What is?
See, usually Mr. Vijaru, what
Yeah,
I
I can.
suggested. You heard me, no?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. Probably you are aware that the trade relation between the economic relation between Romania and India, it's mainly focused on trade and investment. Trade both sides, and investments mainly from India to Romania. We can't say that we have Romanian companies settle in India. That we don't have yet. We don't have like all these big, Western countries with hundreds, 200s companies here in India. But what is important for us is to explain that Romania is a good partner for business, and to encourage the Indian companies, whoever wants to expand their businesses into Europe, that Romania is one of the best location to be.
Just a minute, ambassador is having some issue. I'll just guide him to connect and then come back to you. Yeah, 1 minute. Huh?
Right. Domnul Sav, deci ce este FCCA?
Asociația FCCA este o asociație de business și de contabilitate din Marea Britanie și sunt membru în ea.
Ok. Am înțeles. Acum, dumneavoastră sunteți localizat în România, bănuiesc.
Nu, locuiesc momentan în Austria, dar am plecat din niște motive medicale din România de ceva vreme și deocamdată am rămas în Austria, dar business-urile și toate sunt tot acolo.
Ok. Și cu India aveți ceva realizat?
Colegii mei se ocupă, colegii mei au pe leasing de personal, au mai multe contacte deja chiar realizate, au adus mai mulți muncitori în zona Bihorului, iar pe partea de import-export au fost niște încercări, dar nu.
Am înțeles.
Deocamdată nu s-au legat.
Nu s-au legat.
Pe mai multe evenimente de genul ăsta, mai ales în pandemie, pot fi organizate câteva evenimente de, să zic așa, autocunoașterea piețelor și a partenerilor cu care poți discuta. Pentru că dacă ajungi doar la nivel guvernamental, în teritoriu mai greu de gestionat.
Da, corect. Bine, acum noi am mai avut câteva astfel de evenimente și în septembrie și prin aprilie. Unul a fost dedicat pe partea de industrie de apărare.
Mai mult cu statul. N-au treabă SME. Am văzut acum invitația pe SME Chamber India și am zis ok, poate fi un partener pentru că e pe zona de small and medium enterprise și bineînțeles poate fi și pe zona asta de startup. Acum, noi știm, țara vrea contracte mari, cifre, sume, dar astea se pot aduna din colaborări, eu știu, zonale și cu asociații de profil sau cu asociațiile profesionale, să zic așa.
Normal.
Sectoriale. E cel mai simplu la apărare. Ai făcut cu un roman un contract, ți-ai rezolvat problema.
Da, bine, ideea e că să vrea și romarul, adică noi tragem de ei că India totuși e o piață super mare și potențială și sunt printre primii în lume la achiziții de astfel de produse.
Da. Eu am fost acum 2 săptămâni în Egipt și am avut și acolo niște discuții pe zona asta, mai ales că urmează și târgul de la ei acum. Săptămâna viitoare mi se pare că e târgul în Egipt.
Ok.
Da. Bun, aia e altă zonă versus SME. Discutăm de altă gâscă în altă traistă. Ce e important este într-adevăr să cunoască că pot avea un partener, că pot avea zone de discuții și sunt zone cu care pot dialoga și continua discuția pe mai departe. Asta e cel mai important.
Exact. Poate, nu știu, pe viitor, că știu că Consiliul mai încheie anumite memorandumuri de înțelegere cu omologi,
Da, avem.
Poate
Și în
n-ar
Egipt
fi...
avem de ani de zile și avem un Consiliu de Afaceri Româno-Egiptean unde se Bahate, vicepreședinte, că ea a bătut foarte mult zona asta. Pregătim un memorandum că nu ne strică, chiar ne ajută și pe noi și pe ei să facem o chestie genul ăsta și vedem cum o legăm.
Și
Asta
da.
este așezit guvernul, să vedem care e treaba.
Yes, Mr. Salunkhe.
Ambassador is also joined, so we'll wait for on his video so that we can start. We have to start in 2 minutes.
No problem.
Așteaptă ambasadorul Indiei în România?
Ambasadorul Indiei în România, da. E un tip foarte dinamic și destul de bine conectat.
Aici e președintele SME Chamber India, nu? Domnul respectiv.
Poftim?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Okay. Thank you.
Your Excellency. Then His Excellency Ambassador will give his thoughts. Then we can have it will give a presentation and both of you can share your thoughts so that we can have a collaboration with how we can develop more cooperation between India and Romania, especially for the SME and industries. So this is a very unique webinar for a thought process for the connecting with the SMEs in India, so we can have a more cooperation, more activities in future. So it's 7:30, 5:30 now in India, so we can start now. Good evening, friends from India, and good afternoon, friends from the Romania. On behalf of SME Chamber of India, India Romania Business Council, and Federation of Indian SME Associations, it's my immense pleasure to welcome His Excellency the Ambassador, Shri Rahul Shrivastava at this very, very important discussion webinar. Your Excellency, good evening to you. We have a very prominent speaker from the Romanian Embassy from Delhi tonight, who is a very friend of mine and who is looking after the commercial segment. And we have also another friend from the Serica from association, and also Liu from the another association. Friends, SME Chamber of India and the India Romania Business Council have set up this platform to connect Indian and Romanian businesses, particularly for the enhancing business cooperation, bilateral trade, inbound and outbound investment. We are aware that because of this pandemic, every country, every businesses, every entrepreneurs, and especially SME sector are playing very important role. Either they are working from home, working from office, working for factory, or doing business from home or doing business from factory. So therefore, SME sector always from the each and every country playing very important role. Through this webinar, we would like to create awareness. We would like to connect the entrepreneurs, particularly from both the countries, to identify or explore business opportunity. All of you are aware that India is a prominent country, particularly supporting SME sector. We have more than at least 7 crore MSMEs in India. Those are putting efforts for not only just economic development in India, but a lot of large employment, contribution, exports, and mostly the SME sector is a institute for creating, generating, encouraging the new entrepreneurship. Because of SME sector, we are looking last 10 years, startups are coming out. The best quality in manpower is coming out, and mostly the SME sector in India providing the education to the unskilled to become a skill. So therefore, SME sector in India is very, very important. Similarly, I know that Romania is also having a lot of SMEs, and every country is looking for a developing, supporting, and empowering SMEs. So today's webinar, we would like to hear from you. What are the business, investment, and particularly export opportunity in Romania, and how we can also connect SMEs from Romania to India, where they can, introduce their quality product or technology, advanced technology, patented technology, and mostly the affordable technology. I know the southern eastern the European Union. There are plenty of companies. They are inventing a lot of ideas, a lot of product, the concepts and technology, and especially I found capital goods. So therefore, this platform will provide a unique concept and support to connecting SMEs and industries from the India and Romania. You are aware that our Prime Minister and Commerce Minister has given the target to us that we have to achieve $2 trillion exports by 2030. So therefore, we can connect through Romania nearby countries. So nearby countries very, very important also. There we can plan some connectivity to Bulgaria, Croatia, Cyprus, Kosovo, and Roma, then Serbia also. So this is a rather we can think about making hub for SMEs in Indian SMEs to set up their business or to connect with them. So another very interesting point, how we can develop this bridge, particularly for promoting the products and services. That is the most important. We are aware that India and Romania is having the bilateral trade relationship, rather a diplomatic-based relationship, where our His Excellency Ambassador is playing a very important role. But therefore, chamber to chamber connectivity is most important. This will be useful for enhancing of the bilateral trade. Now, because of this pandemic, I think our bilateral trade balance is also become a negative. So we want to become in the positive. So this is a platform where we can explore, and I would not take much time, but I would like to hear from His Excellency his thoughts how Indian companies can explore emerging business opportunity in Romania and nearby country, and also what is a unique concepts where they can understand, because you are aware that Indian SMEs are looking more guidance, support, and handholding. So therefore, this is a awareness program. So I would like to thank all the panelists and speakers for this taking time and joining today. But I would like to hear from His Excellency the Ambassador how we can promote, develop, and connect with the Romanian companies. Your Excellency, floor is open for you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Salunkhe. Good evening to friends in India and good afternoon to everyone in Romania. Well, this is a good initiative for two reasons. Number one, you are covering SMEs, which is an important sector both in India and also in Romania. Secondly, I remember when I had met the former ambassador of Romania to India, Mr. Rahul. He had mentioned about the India-Romania Business Council, which has been set up by Mr. Salunkhe. So that way you have some bilateral focus also. So I hope the audience would be able to benefit from both these topics. Before I come to India-Romania bilateral, I thought that maybe I'll cover something about Romania, which I'm sure the panelists and the minister considered from the Romanian embassy in India would also cover. But I just thought I'd flag a few things because in India somehow we know about Romania, but then we don't know what are the advantages of Romania. So I found that because Romania is located in a very good geographical situation, Indian businesses can make use of the good geographical location. But there are other advantages also. If you see that in terms of size, Romania is not a very small country in Europe. It is in fact the second largest country in Central and East Europe, and it is the largest in South and East Europe. So it's quite a big country. And in terms of even the European Union parameters, it is the ninth largest economy in the European Union, and it is the seventh largest population-wise in the European Union. So in the European Union, it is a big country, which means there's a big market. I'll come to that. It is also, as I said, the geographical location is such that it is at the crossroads of three large markets: the European Union, CIS, and Middle East. So if you are in Romania, if you're doing business with Romania, you have access to all these three big markets. And because it is part of the European Union, which means if you are in Romania, then it is like a gateway uh, to the European Union, which has about 500 million consumers. So that's another advantage. Then the EU membership makes also Romania eligible for over euro 40 billion in EU grant funding. That's a big fund. And for those SMEs from India which want to set up their operations in Romania, it's not just that only Romanian companies are eligible for this euro funding, but then companies even from outside who are established in Romania are eligible to get access to this EU grant. In terms of taxes also, Romania is one of the uh, better destinations because it has one of the lowest flat tax rate and also one of the lowest VAT and income tax rate in the European Union. And there is also, as I said, about those wanting to invest in Romania, there's also another advantage, which is tax exemption on reinvested profit. And also there is income tax exemption on reinvested profit. So if a company comes and reinvest the profit in the business in Romania, you get tax exemption on that. The corporate tax is also not very high. It is about 16%, whereas if you see the EU average, that comes around 41%. You spoke about, Salunkhe, you spoke about the numbers in terms of the small SMEs in India, which is about 70 million. In Romania also, I was checking at the number for this webinar. It is about 500,000. So that's quite a big sector in Romania. In fact, the SMEs in Romania, they account for more than 56% of the value added in non-financial sector, and they account for also 64% of the employees, which is again a big number, which also provides complementarity because we are also a huge SME country. So it provides a huge complementarity in terms of what we can do with Romania. But in Romania, the SMEs are mostly concentrated in construction, real estate, and trade, which in case of India is a bit different. Okay, coming to the bilateral part, as I said, there's a lot of scope. But Mr. Salunkhe, you mentioned that the trade has gone down. In general, yes, in terms of bilateral trade of India, it has come down by 7% due to the pandemic. But there is at least one good news, and we as Indians can take satisfaction in that. Although the bilateral trade between India and Romania has gone down in 2019-20, sorry, 2021 compared to 1920, the financial year, but the exports from India to Romania went up. Our bilateral trade went down total because the net exports from Romania to India, they went down. So maybe SMEs from, I see that we have representatives from SME Federation in some of the counties. So maybe you can also work with your counterpart institutions like Mr. Salunkhe's, so that you can have better coordination between institutions, the SME enterprises. In Romania, there is, although our bilateral trade and investment, in terms of investment, I would say we can take again some satisfaction that the total investment, although the investment that happens every year is less, but then in terms of total investment, we are somewhere in the range of $1 to $1.5 billion between India and, sorry, the Indian investments in Romania. The investments from Romania to India, I'm not exactly sure about it, but the figure is around 50 million. So there's a lot of scope in that also. We also have a big historical relations in terms of Romania, and we never had any problems in the commercial sector because even after we got independent and we were looking at other countries for upscaling our industries, Romania came forward, and the thermal power plant in Singareni, Collieries, or the Mangalore pelletizing plant, or the Durgapur agglomeration plant, or the Hyderabad tractor plant. These are some of the plants which have been set up with about 60, 70 years ago, set up with Romanian assistance. Even as of now, and in fact, our story has come a full circle because, as I mentioned, all these projects, including the first private oil refinery project in Guwahati was with the assistance of Romania. So when I say we have come a full circle, it is because then we had assistance from Romania in setting up this industrial plant. And right now, the biggest export of India to Romania is also machinery. So that way we have come a full circle. Now, the other exports apart from machinery, which is electric machinery, devices and equipment, are also metals, chemicals and industries, products. We have plastic and rubber, textiles and food products. Here, I would like to mention one specific point. We are doing a number of exhibitions this year. One, we are starting with a handicraft exhibition in Romania. We will take it to various cities. We are starting in Bucharest. We have got handicraft from various states of India to promote handicraft from India. Then we will be doing one textile exhibition. Thereafter, we will be doing one exhibition on utensils. So in this also, Mr. Salunkhe, I will tell Mr. Arijit Laha, who is our attaché commercial, is present here. He will get in touch with you. So we will have these some of these exhibitions. So should SMEs from India want to participate in that, or if they can't participate, they can only send information or brochures, and we will make sure that we have them during the exhibitions. The main imports from Romania are vehicles because Dacia, which is Renault, that exports a lot of spare parts to India. So that is the number one export from Romania. Iron and steel, organic chemicals, inorganic chemicals, and plastics. Okay, sorry, one thing I skipped about Indian exports. This year, because I found in the Romanian market, there are a few things which we are good at and which is missing and which comes from other countries. We are trying to concentrate and promote these two or three things. One is mangoes, Indian mangoes, because mangoes which come from other countries are not a very good quality, what I find here. India is the biggest exporter of mangoes and the best quality mangoes grow in India. So that is one exhibition again we are planning early next year. Second is rice. Although Romania is not a rice eating country, still I find that the consumption of rice is growing in Romania. So that is also one thing we are trying to promote, especially basmati rice, because I see wherever I go, you have basmati rice in the supermarkets. The third thing that we are trying to promote is Indian tea. Again, Romania is a coffee drinking country, but the tea that you have here are not the best because they don't come from India. So these are also three specific things that we'll be targeting in the next few months. Well, what else can I say about the top Romanian exports? I was sorry, the top Romanian imports, and these are some of the things because I mentioned you about the exports that we do to Romania. But if you look at the top 10 imports that Romania does from other countries, it has got electronic equipment, it has got vehicles other than the railway, it has tramway, mineral fuel, pharma products, articles of iron and steel, or say electrical products also. These are some areas where Indian SMEs can look at exporting to Romania. And then we also did some studies and we found that there are some other areas where we can actually promote trade from exports by SMEs from India to Romania. These are things like nutraceuticals and Ayurvedic products because in Romania there's a lot of demand for natural products and Ayurveda is also growing. So that's one area. Textiles, although we used to export a lot of textiles to Romania, and Romania had a lot of textile industry, but the local textile industry is almost not there. But the textiles come from other countries, not so much from India. So that's another thing we can do. Agriculture and agriculture products, I have mentioned about three. Other things that we can look at, auto parts, also chemicals and rubber. So these are some of the exports that SMEs from India can look at exporting in to Romania. JVs, yes, we have some, but then again, areas in which if there are some SMEs which are interested in having JVs, I have told you about the advantages of having access to a 500 million consumer market, also getting the EU grant that Romania gets. Some of the joint ventures that you can look at are energy, renewable energy, which is happening in a big way in Romania. Automotives, we already have some investment, but then there's a scope for that also. Machinery, biotechnology, pharma, textiles, agriculture, and defense. And last thing that I will end up with is are 2 points actually. One is defense and one is human resources. although human resources are not so much connected with SMEs, but I thought I'll mention that. Defense with Romania, we have collaboration in bits and pieces, but then we are working on a bilateral defense agreement, which will be signed soon. So that should open a scope for all Indian companies to cooperate with Romanian companies. But at the same time, because in India, defense is expanding in the private sector, SMEs also I know are involved in various defense areas. So that's an area which will open in a big way once we sign this bilateral defense cooperation. Human resources, not really so much connected with SMEs, but I wanted to mention because we are getting a lot of manpower exported from India and South Asia to Romania because Romania has a shortage of manpower. So about say 3-4 years ago, there were just about 2,000 Indians. That number has increased to about 10,000. So that is also one good thing happening between India and Romania. I'll stop there. I can't stay for the entire duration, but my attaché commerce, Mr. Laha, would be there. So please feel free to ask any questions to him, or if you can't ask immediately, you can always send us a message at to our commercial wing. We promptly reply to all the queries that we get. One final thing is that we also have a good LinkedIn account where we post a lot of information. So please, all SMEs which are participating today, please go to our LinkedIn account also to get first-hand information on commerce between India and Romania. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you very much for your kind words. Rather, I would like to suggest 2 things because we have received around 10 to 12 questions now, but I will not take now. I will take later on. I have a suggestion. One, can we issue a official one report quarterly or monthly on particularly the business investment bilateral trade opportunity for SMEs? Because I already pursuing with the Minister of Commerce as well as from the External Affairs Ministry that all, not only Romanian embassy, Indian embassy in Romania, but all embassies in the world, they should start sharing and sending the information particularly for SMEs. And even I suggest if we can suggest Commerce Department to depute or to create some information where SME can gather from the website, or one page for SMEs, how they can enhance business activity between both the countries, how they can use the good offices with the through embassy, and how they can connect or develop more business cooperation in Romania.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. What we will do is we will surely create a specific section in the website for SMEs so that SMEs in India get to know about what are the opportunities for SME sector in Romania. That we will surely do. 2 more things that we are doing is we have a weekly newsletter. I will ask Mr. Nahar to put you also in that so that you get that weekly newsletter. It covers about latest developments in Romania. We also cover Moldova and Albania because we are concurrently accredited. That is one thing we do. We prepare a monthly commercial report. I don't know whether you're getting that, but if you're not getting, we will surely put you in our mailing list. And third, as you said, yes, from now, every 3 months, we will take out maybe some publication on the SME opportunities, and that we will surely send to you. We can't do that every month, but yes, every 3 months or so, we will surely do that. So 2 things we will do, apart from putting you in the email list. One is SME, specifically targeting SME sector. We come out with a report every 3 months or so. And the second is on the website, we will have a section for SMEs. I've noted that.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And some important subjects are there. I will send you by email so that we can work. And Mr. La is there; he can answer also. So thank you very much, Your Excellency, for your kind words and support. And I'm sure that we will definitely achieve the target growth, which embassy, Indian embassy or Romanian embassy in Delhi, those are established or developing or deciding some agenda. We will definitely take forward to execute, to improve, and connect with the industries in India through this India-Romania Business Council. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we will continue our dialogue. Mr. Vijaru, can we have 2-3 minutes to have a discussion from both the dignitaries so that they can share their thoughts? and then we can take forward for your presentation.
Sure.
Is that okay? Sure. Yeah. Mr. Sterika, can you say a few words about your organization or your thoughts?
Speak first?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, thank you very much for the organize this meeting between India and Romania. I'm sure that you have all the information from Mr. Ambassador, who it seems that it is well informed regarding the SMEs in Romania, the business environment and the trade between India and Romania. So this is a good point for Her Excellency, because he knows very good the trade. I want to introduce myself, and I want to introduce our organization and also the possibility to exchange trade. I am the General Secretary of the Romanian National Council of Small and Medium-Sized Private Enterprise from Romania. It's one of the largest representative confederation of the national level in Romania, was established in 1992. It's a Romanian Employers Confederation, independent, non-profit, non-governmental, and apolitical personality. But I want to tell you from the beginning that time to time we are involved in the government field, because our president was 2 times Minister of Trade in Romania. I was Deputy Minister 4 years ago, and Mr. Virgil Popescu, who is now actually the Minister of Energy, it was our Vice President of our organization. And also our past Secretary General of organization was the Deputy Minister of Trade last year. So time to time, we share experience and we help the government field with our experience, because we provide some program from the government, some programs using non-refundable money, and also we are very good in the relation between the authorities and SMEs from Romania. For our members, because I want to tell you that our organization had 8 regional federation. Romania is divided in 8 federal economic zone, and we have a federation in each regional, and also we have 98 associate members who are territorial or also sectorial employers organization, young entrepreneurs, and businesswomen association. So we cover all the country regarding the representativeness of the SMEs. For our member and also for the partners, international partners that we have it, we organize each year some event where we discuss, we find some new opportunities. It's a national top of the private companies from Romania. It's Entrepreneurs Day and National Forum of SMEs. It's also, we make every year the White Charter of Romanian SMEs, who is this year at the 19th edition. So from 19 years now, we make a good, let's say, we know what's happened with the SMEs in Romania and which is the problem. This is the book. It's White Charter of Romania, where you can find information regarding the business trade in Romania, how to do business, which is the profile of the businessman. This charter, it's translated in 6 different language of international language. And also it's very good charter for the new and in the future, let's say, government and law for the government. We organize also each year event who it's called Invest in Romania. It's a program to promote investment opportunities at regional level and to stimulate the attraction of the new investment, to develop the business environment and at the national level and establish transnational partnership. We also organize the SME fairs and also College of Business Excellence. Unfortunately, Mr. Ambassador is not still with us, but we have also one event that we organize each year, who is calling SMEs Ambassador Tours. It's an event organized in the form of working visit by the ambassadors and their economic attaché. I know that is still here, the economic attaché, in different economic areas of the country to know the business environment for Romania, to familiarize with the Romanian economic environment, and also to identify the development and investment from Romania. And also, we are proud that we organize each year the Capital of Romania Entrepreneurship. Each year, we'll give a prize for the best city who invests more in the SMEs area. So, what I want to tell you is that we cover all the fields. We are very well organized in Romania and also very well organized in the Europe, because our president is the vice president of SME United organization. It's the biggest confederation in Europe. We have our younger organization have also the vice president of the Young Organization Association from Europe. So let's say we are involved in the whole area. We consider that we are a good partner. We can discuss a lot of things, and if you discuss more from the government level, we are the partner to discuss from the SMEs level and also from the territorial level, because it's a different way to doing business in one part of Romania or in another part of Romania. Regarding the opportunities, Mr. Ambassador just says the level of the increase and how well is to make business in Romania now, and also we are the gate from the Europe. So you can invest here and you can sell in the European market using also the non-refundable money to build, let's say, a new investment in Romania. Because we discussed about, and I saw that one topic is SME and startup in Romania, I want to tell you that in Romania it was a program, and I hope they will be next year too. It's a program that we care a lot. It's called Startup Nation. This program was made by our president. From this program, using this program, more than 8,000 to 10,000 new company was established in 2017, 2018, who receive more than 40,000 euro non-refundable money. So we know how to do programs. We know how to do business with the startups, because this is our job. So we are in the field of SMEs, not in the field of the big businesses, or in the field of national businesses, or in the field of government businesses. So we are on the territorial field, and also we are here to be partner wherever you want it. This is a small presentation of us, and I can answer to any question that you want to put us. And also, I want to remember that 2 weeks ago I was in Egypt, where we have a good partnership over there. So we know a lot of things how to doing business in that part of the world, and to be a partner of this kind of opportunities and to this kind of relation.
Thank you.
Also, I can answer to all the question with.
Thank you, Sterika. Thank you very much. Very interesting information. Rather, I'm happy to give one more information that I'm also founder of Startups Council of India, which is last 12 years working. And we have a lot of startups are together, so we can plan. And the programs you said, see, usually why this India-Romania Business Council platform is set up, to build a bridge between Romania and India, especially for the companies those are showing interest. So what I suggest, let us pray for the for the best thing to go Corona go away, so that we can start traveling and coming to Romania. So whatever program you plan, either in a virtual level or practical, you share with us, continue, that's it. And we can share among the SMEs because we have a largest membership in India. We are then one of the largest membership organizations in India. So where we can support, we can connect with you. And also you can start sharing the company's details. Those are looking for particular business, particularly any type of inquiries are there. We can start sharing, or even we can also start sharing with you. So thank you very much. If there is a questions coming up, but I will let you know. And one very important question we received that, what is a specific, the challenges for SMEs in Romania?
A specific challenge. I can tell you by our report, from what we made in the white charter, where it's let's say where we establish who is the negative influence of the business environment in Romania, and I want to share with you that more than 67% of the SME says that coronavirus pandemic is first problem that we have it. And also we have a problem with the bureaucracy, predictability of the government, because we change the government. We have 1 year government, now we'll change it. 2 years ago it's changed it. So this is not helped the business environment. But every time I see which is the best part, not what is the worst part, because what is the most important thing is what we have to offer. So more than 53% of SMEs who discuss with us for this white chamber says that business opportunities from Romania are established by the growing up of the internal market. So it's growing up the consumer of the internal market. So it's one first step. Also, the new product, more than 40% of them says like this. And what is the most important thing, that we have very good technology regarding the IT sector, because I know that India is provided. So I want to tell you that more than 75% of the SMEs use a computer. More than 72 of them use the email address or internet or social media. So they are very good in this field, using, of course, the brain from Romania and the program that we have it. So that's why all the time I put on the table which is the positive level of doing business, not the negative level of doing businesses. We want to see the full part of the glass, not the empty part of the glass, something like this.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Very, very interesting information. And you said that there is some problem going on the government, and the interim government is there. I think, in India, you should, learn one thing, all the businessmen. We have brought Mr. Narendra Modi as a prime minister to the business community. Similarly, both the chambers can come together and bring the prime minister for long term, good leadership.
Yes. This is the fact that we have it in Romania. So from the last 4 to 5 years, we changed more than 5 governments until now. I hope the next one would be at least 3 years, because we need the signal for the Europe and from the national market, and also from the investment, because we started a new program of non-refundable money that we have in 2021, 2027, and also we have the money from the national program of resilience and redressation from Romania. So we have a lot of money from the European Union. We need to have predictability. We need to have established. We need to have quiet, let's say, in this field of government to take the money. Otherwise, we will lose this money. So we don't want to lose the money from the European Union, because it's our money. We paid for this amount. So for this one.
No problem. Thank you. Okay, thank you. So Mr. Sao, you can now say about your organization, about your thoughts, about how we can connect with India and Romania.
Okay, my name is Shrivastava. I'm the vice president of AFB, which is a small business association from northwestern part of Romania. It's part of a bigger confederation, UGIR. I would like to address the topics of this summit from a more practical perspective. We have a short but I think quite valuable experience on connecting the SMEs from our county to Indian companies. And His Excellency said that the HASHER issues are not very much concerning the small and medium enterprises. It's a bit, from our experience, it's a bit different, because our first contacts and first deals that we facilitated are on this employee leasing contracts. So we brought in 3 small and medium enterprises from Bihor County, Indian workers. Many local SMEs in our area are lacking. So they do not have enough workforce, so they are looking for workers from abroad. So from our point of view, that could be a good point of working together. Besides that, many SMEs are importing goods from China and from other Asian countries. We started to try to facilitate some deals in this area as well. And from our experience, we did not realize nothing happened yet. But why? Although His Excellency said that the Romanian market, it's a big market in terms of European Union, it's still quite small comparing with the size of India. And the deals that we try to make, the Indian companies that try to export to Romania, they had volumes that were too big for what for what is the capacity of the small and medium enterprises. On the export side, the Romanian companies are not the small and medium enterprise companies from Romania are not very well prepared for exports. Besides, except for the IT SMEs, the rest of them, even if they export, usually they depend on 1 or 2 or few multinationals, and that's it. The Romanian SMEs do not really have knowledge and resources to export. So in conclusion, in our opinion, we need to build an effective support network for Romanian SMEs in order to boost the imports from India on one side, and as well we need to create an appropriate environment that would allow the Romanian SMEs to start exporting to India. So definitely the experience that the SME Chamber of India already have would be valuable for us, and we would appreciate any support from your side. And in short, thank you for inviting us for this summit.
Thank you very much. Other, one question for you, especially since you said about different segment, how the Romania is now developing economical growth with the surrounding countries.
So Romania as a country is working quite well. Romania is closing the gap in gross product comparing with Hungary, and there are forecast that in 1 or 2 years Romania is going to surpass Hungary and probably even other countries from the east part of the Europe. So it's not the Romania as a whole. It's working well. Although we have bureaucracy, we have different problems. But from the SMEs perspective, there are a lot of things to be done, and this is why we are trying to work on the low level on these small contacts, small deals that from governmental point of view they're not making sense. So I'm very much pleased that we are having this discussion, because it's a very good starting point for improving the conditions of bilateral cooperation between Romania and India.
Oh, thank you very much. Rather, I would like to give some, input to our head of commercial in India, which is heading the Romanian embassy, Vizuru, that, particularly 3 things are there. How Indian SMEs, means I'm giving you questions so that, you can start your speech. How Indian SMEs can identify the right business partner for investment, how Indian SMEs can explore business cooperation with the Romanian companies for importing the advanced technology, and third, how we can use the platform of the various organizations where we can start organizing various programs, particularly for SME sector. So floor is open for you. So I'll look forward to hear from you about particular guidance to SME sector.
Yeah. So I can be very brief. So whoever wants to invest in Romania, they should contact us with some concrete proposal. And then, of course, we can help them in any way. We have a department called Invest Romania, Department for Foreign Investment, who are dealing with all this kind of businesses. And all the Indian companies who are willing to expand their businesses in Europe, and they are trying to settle a manufacturing representation and office, they are most than welcome to settle their business in Romania. As the ambassador told, we have many advantages in terms of locations, in terms of economic growth, in terms of fiscal policies. So the problem is that whoever wants to invest in something has to have a plan, has to have an idea, because it's okay, we can talk about, yeah, we want to invest, but you should have a field of activity where you think that that business could work in a country. So in Romania, we have more than, I don't know, 10, 15 multinational Indians company settle in Romania in different sectors, in IT, in pharma, in automotive, in tourism. So they all now they all have a business plan and a plan to expand their business into Europe, and they think that Romania it's the best place to be in terms of competitiveness and manpower and cost of living and everything, energy, gas, whatever. So what I can tell again about the bilateral relations between India and Romania. Actually, this year, 2021, we register a really good growth compared to not only to 2020, because of course 2020 has a low base where you can compare, but even compared to 2019. So the bilateral exchange in terms of products has raised with 20% from the 2019, not from 2020. From 2020, we have a growth of 90%. So that means that the business, it's happening, of course, not at the real potential of our two economic, but the business is happening. The people are more aware about India and about Romania. Also, our job, you know, it's to sell our country, to sell our Romania into India. But also we think that we need to make aware of India into Romania, because in Romania, maybe the mentality, it's not such. They don't know very well about India. So sometimes we have a problem for us, you know, to explain the Romanian business people that India, it's a huge market. It's a very potential market where you have to have a little bit of courage to come and to explore. It will not happen in 1 month or even 1 year, but if you have patience, India, I think it's a market where you can develop your business. It's a little difficult for Romanian companies to be so far from their country, you know. But slowly the business environment in Romania understand that not only European Union, it's the place where we can do business, but we have to think a little bit in a bigger picture and in a future that India would be one of the main economic in the world in few years. So I don't think I will keep doing the presentation, because already ambassadors has explained about Romania, like location, the market. We have the inflation. We have the inflation around 4%. The minimum monthly gross wage, which is around 458 euros per month, which is the second in the European Union. So this gives us some advantages in comparison with Western Europe and even the Central Europe. You know, for businesses to happen in Romania. And lately, in the last 2 years, we've seen a huge increase of exporting from India to Romania the manpower, which of course, because it happens due to some lack of manpower in Romania, but it's a good thing. Yeah, so in terms of sectors for investments, we are open. In agriculture, you'll find so many opportunities. In automotive, in metallurgy, in chemical industry. So everything, it's there. We just need some, you know, Indian businessman who really wants to go abroad and to expand their businesses. And for that, of course, we need also your help. Whoever from your members or from your, connections, big business companies, small and medium enterprises, wants to settle a foot in Europe, that base could be Romania.
Okay, thank you very much. It's very interesting. And of course, we can plan some, good activities with your help and with the organization, and especially from our Indian embassy, that we can, plan some, visiting Romania from the next, after I think March or April, because the pandemic will be over meanwhile, so we can explore that. Another point, you can also, from the embassy point of view, you can also share us some information where we can circulate SME sector, where they can get information about the economic growth, economical developments, what are the business opportunity, which product or which items your companies are looking for import, which product is available to buy from Romania, especially for the enhancing the productivity and quality improvement in India, where we can have a collaboration between the companies. And most importantly, let me tell you, we have started SME Industrial Parks of India, where we are inviting the foreign companies to invest in that SME parks, where we can support you to get a ready-made industrial park, industrial premises, where they don't want to invest money for a construction and to wait for 1 or 2 years to start to take a permissions license. We can provide you. Rather, you can also explore the joint venture or contract manufacture with the Indian companies, since we have a large and prominent and capable companies here. They can support you. And also, I want to suggest my two friends, Mr. Sao and this Terika, that if you can suggest some companies they want to have a collaborations, either by any particularly product size, strategic business partnership, or improving the services between both the countries, both the companies, or both the sectors where we can work. Rather, I want to suggest today's webinar that can we bring out another time we can have one more web discussion, that how we can identify 4 or 5 sectors, 4 or 5 sectors where we can explore either inward or outward, so that we can start exploring our cooperation. What is your suggestion, Mr. Vizuru?
Yes, of course. I think trade delegations could be a very interesting and very useful, which we can start with. Of course, after this whole pandemic will be over, hopefully next year, as we have already discussed like 2 years back, that you should go to Romania with a trade business delegation with some of your members, and you'll meet some counterparts there. Businessmen will organize a business forum. Like this, people get to know each other, facilitate the business, and also I can share with you. I will put you in my email data and share with you. We always receive economic bulletins from Chamber of Commerce of Romania. It's monthly bulletin with all the updated data and companies from Romania who wants to export or import some products. Yeah, so let's start a little bit with something concrete, something more like okay, some company wants that, some company would like to invest in that field, so we can really help them.
Okay, that's good, because nowadays our SMEs become a global SMEs, and so many strong SMEs are now knocking the door of various countries. Okay, and therefore we will definitely connect with you. Some of SMEs, those are looking for expanding their business activity in the other countries, so we can think about Romania. So let me introduce now Arjit Laha, who is an also the commercial attaché and commercial head of the this Romanian Indian Embassy in Romania. So Mr. Laha, you can share your thoughts. Unmute, please.
Thank you very much for joining over there in the virtual format. So, within a very short notice, you have attended the conference. I'm thankful to you. So, as Ambassador said, we are working in tandem with all the Indian chambers and Romania, all the part of the Romanian chambers for promoting Indian business in Romania as well as Romanian business in India. So, any point, you can contact Indian Embassy. We are always open for you. Anytime, any help you need, you can just send us a mail. Whatever possible, we will always do.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Rather, I would like to suggest both my friends from the chamber or organizations, Mr. Sao and Sarika, that let us have a collaboration or business cooperation between both of us, so that both the embassy can play very important for diplomatic relationship, starting enhancing the planning and development for the economic development, and we can help them to enhance our economic and business cooperation. Since that's why the India Romania Business Council is set up, and we are rather getting a lot of inquiries and a lot of information, particularly from the industry and businesses, especially manufacturers, exporters, and buyers. So let's take forward, and I'm sure that this webinar will create a different type of vacuum where we can connect, we can develop, and we can promote our business ideas and business activity. With this word, I'm thankful to the Indian Embassy in Romania and Romanian industry in Delhi, so that we can plan, and Mr. Sarika and Mr. Sao, we can be in touch with regularly. And what we can do, we can plan one more discussion, internal discussion, where we can start working for the next year. So with this words, I'm thankful to you, and thankful to all the participants, those are listening and those are going to listen our recording. And I suggest all the SMEs and industries from the India, particularly those are looking to enhancing bilateral trade with the Romanian companies. Please send your inquiry, please send your question, and please send your suggestion, so that our embassy and Romanian embassy in Delhi, they can look into and they can support us to resolve the issues, and we can do smooth business to enhance business. And of course, we have to achieve the target growth either from your country, from other country perspective. Thank you very much, and thanks for joining, and thanks for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
Sarika.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anit. Thank you, Mr. Lasa. Thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Îți scriu numărul meu. N-am ieșit încă.